So I thought on this first video we'd talk a little bit about gratitude because I really think that it's the antidote to all of our trouble. Um, Gratitude is what we can offer at any situation, we can offer to any situation, we can offer at any time to ourselves in order to help us feel better about things, to help us get a proper perspective. And I have people tell me, well, I don't really feel like I have that much to be grateful for. And I have a hard time buying into that statement. I have a hard time believing it because just by the very fact of there being something instead of nothing, we have something to be grateful for. Like it's some really weird stuff that there is something instead of nothing. Like nothing seems much more natural. Nothing seems to be the state of things. Um, Maybe the resting state. And so just the fact that there is something gives us something to be grateful for from the get-go. I think a lack of gratitude leads us to a place of feeling like we're alone, like we're doing this on our own, like it's up to us. And the thing is, like, there's no such thing as a self-made person. Every single one of us owes a debt of gratitude for the fact that we're alive. Because number one, you came out of somebody else's body. They consented to carry you around for 9 months and go through all the. I mean, you grow and you're uncomfortable and you're throwing up and um, somebody consented to go through that in order for us to exist. And so from right there, we have something to be grateful for. We, as a species, we're completely useless as young children and babies, and even up until a good part of our lives, we're kind of useless. With Max, with my 3 year old, a couple weeks ago, a month ago, something like that, he got his hair, not his hair, he got his head stuck in our bar stool. I mean, it was a very much a little kid thing to do, but his head completely stuck in there. He's like wedged. And my wife asked me, after we finally get him out, and he's crying. She asked me, she's like, "What would have happened to him if we hadn't been here?" And I mean, he would have died. Like down the line, somebody would have found like a little kid skeleton stuck in a chair, and they would have been like, "Oh, what a sad way to die," or they would have laughed because it's funny. But all of us, especially when we were babies, like if somebody had not consented, not just if somebody consented to carry you in their body, and then somebody else consented to care for you when you were young. I don't know. It might not have been your parents, your biological parents, will say, but some other human being took care of you, because if not, you would have been dead. I've heard stories about people being raised by wolves and stuff like that. So let's back up and say that some other living being, maybe not a human being, but some other living being consented to care for you. And that's why you exist. That's why you're not dead. So right there from the get-go, we are in debt to other entities. We're in debt to whatever it is that makes there be something instead of nothing. That might be God. That might be something more disembodied. That might be random scientific happenings. Whatever. We're indebted to it for having a place to live, for having a place to exist, for existence being an idea. We're indebted to others. To someone for carrying you around for 9 months, or some approximation of 9 months, and someone or something caring for you long enough as a baby and a child for you to be able to survive on your own, because we are not very good at that as a species. I can't even picture many like 4 or 5-year-olds surviving on their own. So there's always room for gratitude, and even in the darkest times of our lives, there's things we can look around at and be grateful for. Our bodies work well enough for us to be alive. The physics of this universe are stable enough that we are able to exist. And for a vast majority of us, we have enough to eat. We have a safe place to sleep. We have clothes to wear. Like our basic necessities are met on a regular basis for most of us. If I guess the argument could be made is that if your basic necessities are not met, then you're dead. And if you're watching this, you're not dead. So there's gratitude right there. The thing I hear a lot in this, and the thing I'm thinking myself, because this is how my mind works, is like, yeah, but the world it's an ugly place. There's a lot of people who don't have enough to eat. There's, I mean, children dying literally every minute from starvation. People are murdered, people are raped, people are, and all this shit happens. I'm not saying that's not a real thing. But the thing that I'm always struck by is that there are a lot more people who are horrified by these things and who move to try to help than there are who perpetuate or create these things. For every member of a group of just assholes like ISIS or or whoever, the people who do harm to other beings, I think there's tens of thousands of people who don't do that and who help people when they see them drop their groceries, or who pay for the person's stuff in front of them when they see their card not go through, or pull over to help them change a tire, or in a profession or work in a profession where they're helping people. Like the good people far outweigh the bad people. I really do believe that, because if it wasn't true, if the bad people outweighed the good people, we'd be in a perpetual state of misery. I mean, it would look like one of those like post-apocalyptic worlds. We'd be talking like Walking Dead or Fallout type world, and we're not living in that. A vast majority, even if you've been attacked and you've been harmed by multiple people over the course of your life, it's still a fact that a vast, vast, vast majority of the people you've encountered did not attack you, did not harm you. So there's more good than bad. Does this mean we discount the bad stuff? Of course not. The bad stuff happens. It's a part of life. And we do not discount it. We have to acknowledge that this is part of our existence. But I do think that the good far outweighs the bad, and that is something to be grateful for in and of itself. So today I'd encourage you, look around for the things you can be grateful for. Choose a 15-foot radius around you and just name the things that you can be grateful for there. For me personally, if I do this exercise, I see these chairs from a local high school, these old like gymnasium chairs that are really cool that my wife went and got for me. I see a table from Japan that my grandma saved. I see there's a skylight in this room. I have natural light. There's sun out. We live in a universe where there is a sun to let us grow. I'm inside a climate-controlled building. I'm at a job that I enjoy, and I'm alive. I'm not starving. I am not. I'm in pain a majority of the time, but it's pain that I can deal with. I'm grateful that I've learned to live a mindful lifestyle and use meditation to deal with that pain. This building, I live in a country with an infrastructure that allows for buildings and electricity and stuff like that. I have the money to furnish this office. I have the money to work with people individually and try to be fair about the price. All of this stuff, this is just inherent in this situation right here, and we can do this with anything, even in more negative situations. I'm super lucky. I'm super fortunate. I tell people all the time that God realized early on that I'm kind of dumb, and He's always made things easy for me. And so I want to be clear: even if all these things are not present in your life, there are still things to be grateful for. And looking at those is not only going to help change our state of mind for the better and make things a little more enjoyable. Personally, I think that being grateful is bringing us closer into reality, because in reality, there is more good than bad. And so, try that exercise today. Try it multiple times a day and just look around you. Pick a certain amount of space around you and try to see how many things can you be grateful for within that space. And see if it changes your attitude. See if it changes your outlook. Just see if it works. I will appreciate any feedback on this video, on other videos. I'm not sure how this all works, and so I'm open to help. I'm open to feedback. I'm open to new topics, and we'll go from there. I appreciate you taking the time to listen, or the time to watch now. I appreciate that. Thank you.